Once you've reflected on your intended use of quizzes, let us shift to how you'll be able to create your own quiz in LearningHub. First, you want to ensure that you are in your school course. Next, click on the project starter that you would like to insert a quiz into, then create new, and then quiz. You will be prompted to add a quiz title. For this example, I'm going to create a quiz to assess my third grade students' knowledge about circuitry, a topic they learned about in science last semester. So I will title my quiz third grade circuitry quiz, which I can now prompt my students to take after they finish a project in the circuitry area of exploration. You can leave the quiz for points at 0, or you can add a point value, just depending on whether you plan on using this quiz for a formative or summative assessment. If you would like your quiz to be worth points, you need to add to your grade book. And then you can go ahead and modify the quiz points. Just like the assignments in LearningHub, adding a due date to your quizzes is not recommended because it is unlikely all your third graders will engage with circuitry technology at the same time. You can add more specifics about your quiz in the description text box, like maybe the learning objective you are assessing. Next, you will add your quiz questions by clicking on Create New. Here you have options depending on how you want to structure your quiz. You see section, which is used to group section questions. You'll also see the option for question pool. This is where you can make a collection or bank of questions that can be used to create quizzes. This allows you to store a variety of questions and then draw a random selection from that pool when creating a quiz. But to add questions, I'll just go ahead and say new question. There you will see a lot of options of your different question types, from multiple choice, true, false, matching, or short answer. It's important to note that some of these question types can be used for instant grading and feedback, while others require you to manually grade and provide the students with feedback. Written response and short answer are the ones that you would have to go in and assess manually. For each question type, though, LearningHub walks you through the setup for the question. In this example, I'm just going to do a multiple choice question. A pop-up window asks me to go ahead and insert my question and answer choices. And there's a number of different ways that you can customize each question. On the right-hand side of the pop-up screen, it allows you to preview what the question would look like to your students in terms of formatting. When you click options at the top right of the pop-up, you can add feedback to the question after the student responds, and even add a hint if the student misses the question. When I click add feedback, you will notice that we have new text boxes below each answer response. That way you can add customized feedback if a student answers a specific answer choice. I would encourage you to play around with these other options for each specific question type. When you have, for example, a multiple choice question, you'll have to tell LearningHub what the correct answer is, and you do that by simply clicking on the bubble to the left of the answer response. For the multiple choice, it always comes up with 4 choices. If you just need 3, you can just hit the X to the right. And you can go ahead and say randomize the answer order. You can provide just general feedback for the question, and then you can also designate how many points you want the question to be. When you are done with your question, you can hit save, but you'll also notice you have the option of save and new, which saves your current question and automatically opens up a new multiple choice question, so you can keep adding to your quiz. Or you can do save and copy, which saves your current question and automatically opens a copy of that same question. So you can modify a similar question and add that one to your quiz. Also, at the top of this pop-up screen, if you decided you actually think a different question type would be better for this type of question, you can go ahead and change it from the drop-down menu at the very top. Once you have added all the questions you want to your quiz, you will be taken back to the original quiz page. Here, you can preview your quiz by clicking preview. This opens up a new tab in your browser and then mimics what your students would experience as they were taking this quiz. Like the assignments in LearningHub, you can customize your quiz even further with the selections to the right of your screen. You can have a start and end date. You can have a timing and display so that you can set a time limit, how you want all of your questions to appear on the same page or not, if you want your questions shuffled. The attempts and completion, you can manage how many attempts your students can have, maybe an unlimited, maybe up to 3, it's up to you. And then you can also customize the evaluation and feedback if you want your quiz to automatically be graded and then automatically sync to your grade book. Once you are happy with your choices, you just have to hit save and close at the bottom. You will be directed back to your Project Starter homepage, and your quiz will appear at the bottom of your Project Starter. You'll want to make it visible, and then you can move it anywhere you want that quiz to appear in the Project Starter.